Dahil kung gagawing issue ito, silipin na din natin yung ibang mga nag-donate sa kampanya ng mga politiko mula sa personal nilang pera at direktang nakinabang eventually dahil nabigyan ng posisyon sa gobyerno. Huwag na tayong lumayo. Anton Lagdameo, who's now Special Assistant to the President, donated 247.3 million pesos sa kampanya ni BBM. Mel Robles, who was eventually appointed General Manager of PCSO, donated 30 million pesos. Kung sa mga contractors lang, Mr. Rodolfo Hilot Jr. of Rudil Construction and Enterprises Incorporated donated 20 million pesos sa presidential campaign ni BBM and bagged 3.22 billion pesos worth of flood control projects and close to 10.78 billion pesos for a total of 227 projects for the same period of 2022 to 2025. Mr. Jonathan Quirante of Quirante Construction donated 1 million pesos to BBM's presidential campaign. Between 2022 and 2025, his company bagged 76 flood control projects worth 6.77 billion pesos and an overall total of 185 projects worth 12.58 billion pesos. Jonathan is the nephew of Mr. Alan Quirante of UM Builders na kasama sa top 5 flood control contractors. For comparison, ang AAA na nasa top 15 list ni BBM may total flood control projects worth 6.38 billion pesos between 2022 to 2025 and a total of 9.67 billion pesos para sa lahat ng mga kontrata nila. Mas malaki pa ang nakuha ng Quirante Construction kaysa sa AAA, pero wala sa top 15. And that, of course, is a whole different matter, and it's up to you what conclusion to draw from that. I'm just presenting numbers I got from the DPWH database. But, like I said, if you are to look into one case, you should be willing to look into others. Otherwise, you cannot blame us if isipin namin na talagang politically motivated ang inquiry na ito. Not only is there nothing legally stopping Escudero's team from accepting the donation, he also declared it in his Statement of Contributions and Expenditures o SOSE. Doon pa lang, natanggal na yung element ng mali siya sa pagtanggap ng donation. I know it is in the mandate of COMELEC na i-check yung katotohanan ng mga declaration ng mga kandidato sa SOSE nila. But honestly speaking, is there really a 100% accurate and honest SOSE? Doon nga lang sa mga naka-upload sa COMELEC website mismo, ang dami-dami ng kaduda-duda eh. Yung NUP, backed by Ricky Razon, 92,864 ang declared na gastos na napunta sa rent ng headquarters. Walang nakalagay dito na natanggap na donation. Sino ba ang mga officers ng NUP? Ronaldo Puno, Romeo Acop, and Christine Boying Remulla na ngayon ay ating ombudsman. I mean, baka naman, di ba, may attachment na kasama yung SOSE na yan. I don't know. This is just what's on the website of COMELEC at pinapakita ko lang kung ano yung nakuha natin. Liberal Party, 2.85 million pesos ang tinanggap na cash contribution. 12,500 pesos in kind. Ang total na ginastos, 2.85 million pesos. Kiko Pangilinan sa Senado, mamamayang liberal sa Kongreso. Amazing! Talo pa sila ng Kabataan Party List. 3.5 million pesos ang natanggap na cash donation. Diba? Wag ka! Ang Akbayan, founded by the most reputable political analyst today, ang napakagwapong si Ronald Llamas, Listed here as a political party, not a party list, walang natanggap na donation. Pero may ginastos na 18,188,000 pesos. Again, ito lang ang naka-upload sa COMELEC website. Baka naman may mga attachment pa yan na hindi natin alam. But I don't see why it won't get reflected here. Yung mga donation na natanggap nila. But at this point, who even cares anymore? Eh, nung 2010 na, may nalista silang donor na patay na. Tapos may barangay chairman daw na nag-donate ng 500,000 pesos. Really? Na-question ba sila? No? Naparusahan ba sila? Another no? And I'm not saying dahil backer nila that time ang Aquino family, but I will say the backer nila that time ang Aquino family. Again, who cares anymore if these people lie on their sauce? Of course, we want them to be honest, but are they really? Even the holiest of them all sa Senado ngayon, one of their founders, yung pinakawalang bahid ng korupsyon at pagsisinungaling o paglilinlang, si Risa Ontiveros, has filed a questionable sauce maybe at least once in her life. And it was reported in detail by no less than PCIJ. In 2009 daw, she declared a net worth of 4.9 million pesos with only 140,000 pesos in cash. At may utang o bayarin worth 7 million pesos. In 2010, nung tumakbo siyang senador, she said she spent 2.4 million of her own money sa kampanya niya. So, ibig sabihin, 2.5 million pesos na lang dapat ang net worth niya. Between 2010 and 2012, sabi ng PCIJ, she had no documented full-time employment or steady source of income. But in her 2013 sauce, she said she spent 8.8 million pesos over her own money sa kanyang kampanya. Ibig sabihin, somehow, nakapag-produce siya ng 5.5 million pesos more than her remaining assets from 2010 without any visible income source. May attachment pa ang sauce na yan. Di umano. Yung personal na gastos niyang yan, inutang niya from 9 individuals. 8.86 million pesos in total. Inutang di umano sa mga kasamahan niya sa civil society that I can only assume hindi rin naman ganun mayayaman. Nagrarally nga dahil mahirap daw sila. Di ba? Walang may alam kung paano nila na-afford magpautang kay Risa. Dalawa pa daw doon, graduate students na wala namang full-time jobs. Baka naman kasi ganyan lang nila talaga kamahal si Risa. Nagmimilagro sila for her. At partida pa, single mom siya niya with 4 children at sinugal niya talaga ang umutang ng 8.8 million pesos para sa kanyang kampanya. And why not? Baka sakaling manalo na, right? And the rest is history. I mean, look at her now. 11 years later, 11 years after niyang mangutang ng 8.8 million pesos, she is now worth 18.99 million pesos. So yeah, COMELEC, pagbuhusan natin ng time and resources on very honest sauces ng mga politiko because we could all use an inspiring success story every now and then.